Welcome to LDSBookReviews.com. My name is Ryan Daly, and today we're doing something a little different. It's not too different. Today we're actually going to be doing a review on the Saints at Devil's Gate, landscapes along the Mormon Trail. Now, this is published by the Church Historian Press. So this is the same organization that publishes the Joseph Smith papers and the most recent Relief Society papers, as well as it seems like they're going to be doing a few other projects here and there. Now, with that being said, I'm just going to go ahead and start out that this is a 4-star book, and for unique reasons. When I first initially got the book and I breezed through it, one thing that I noticed is that for me, it seemed like a very typical coffee table book, okay? Which is, for those of you who watch these and have seen my reviews, I'm not a big fan of. I usually don't find a lot of value in books that seem to be coffee table books and they're just marketing pieces to sit there and to look like someone in the home actually cares about the topic. However, this is more than a coffee table book. This is actually a more of a exhibit, okay? And this shows the paintings of an exhibit that's currently going on up in Salt Lake. I'll put the details on the blog itself because it's not always going to be relevant, as I'm sure the exhibit's not always going to be there, but you'll be able to go and visit it. And these are paintings done over a number of years at different locations along the Mormon Trail. And so for the book, the exhibit book itself, what they've done is they've put the paintings there, and then they've taken journal entries from the Church Historian Press Research, and they've added snippets or quotes or stories or impressions of saints' journals as they came into these very unique areas which were painted. Some of them are painted as they look today, and some of them were painted as they look then. So with that background, let me talk a little bit about the value of this book as a book itself in LDS culture. I think what surprised me the most was that it was the most, I'll say, graphic and literal image to give the impression of what the Mormon Trail was like. And when I mean graphic, I mean visually graphic. There's no blood, there's nothing like that. What I mean is I can read a lot about the saints in the Oregon Trail. I can read a lot about those who have passed on and those who struggled. I can read the journey through. And we have this concept of the pure hardship of the Oregon Trail. But until you see the contrast of these images, do you get this perspective of also the beauty of the process, the unique contrast between both the struggle, the desolation, the discomfort, as well as the grandeur and the beauty of the process, and that these saints were literally going through an exodus through God's country, you could say, and witnessing the beauty and at the same time experiencing the difficulties. It was only in those images as well as with the quotes that I was able to get that contrast and that perspective that just reading a typical book couldn't put into perspective. So with that being said, I highly recommend the book. It's not a book that everyone needs to do, but it's a book that offers a unique perspective visually that's not available in any other book. Without this kind of picturesque paintings, they are beautiful works of art. The print is done phenomenally to the point that you feel like they're paintings themselves. So again, I recommend it. I think there were times when I was surprised and moved by it. And although I finished the book, I do anticipate making it up to Salt Lake to see the exhibit in person. And if I get that opportunity, I'll make sure to do a quick little review on it as well. I am pleased as punch that the Church Historian Press is doing more work and producing a lot of content above and beyond the Joseph Smith papers. I hope to be able to read more of them. Again, Saints at Devil's Gate, Landscapes of the Mormon Trail, more than a coffee table book, more than just an exhibit book. Something that I would recommend. I think it's $24.95. I don't believe it's available at Deseret Book yet. I think you have to get it either at the exhibit or through an online medium. Highly recommended. I hope you enjoyed this. If you enjoyed this, please feel free to visit ldsbookreviews.com or follow this blog where there'll be more reviews available.